Hello everyone and welcome back to Casper Plays SimCity 4. It's been quite a while, I'm so sorry. I've been just busy with other things and yeah, I kind of forgot about, well, making videos really, and also, well, I might have told this in the last video, but I bought a new computer and it actually ran SimCity worse than my other computer did, so I was pretty disappointed with that and never really got back to making SimCity videos. But now I'm back, and as you can see, this is not where we're used to be playing. This is actually the new region, Mykonos. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the name, it's just temporary. And it's based on the Greek Isle of Mykonos, and the map itself was made by Driver, and it's available at SimCity 4 Devotion. Or it's also on Simtropolis, I believe, but it will be made by Drunk Apple there. The guy has two names. It's a pretty cool map. It's not too big. I don't really like big maps. I know I will never finish them anyway if they are. And I also hate actually preparing all the forests and the trees and everything. So I don't really like too big of a map. It's well, the author calls it a small map. I don't really agree. I mean, it's pretty big by my standards, but it's okay. I'm also not really used to playing on big tiles. Usually I play on medium tiles, which are a quarter of the large tiles. But it should be okay for this time. It's also a bit different. I mean, if you remember the London, I probably actually have it still, yeah. If you remember the London region, there were actually quite a few different sizes of towns. We actually have some small ones too. But if you remember, it was all really, really flat. Not a lot of terrain changes. Really, the only terrain that there was were the rivers, which are actually not at all in this map. There are absolutely no rivers, so that's really different. But on the other hand, we have a lot of ocean to work with. Not that we can really do much in the ocean. But we have a lot of things to work with, a lot of different terrains. There's really flat and also really low land here, and quite high. Well, not highlands, but I mean a bit hillier terrain here, and especially here. You can actually see that cool ring of trees around it. Because of the tree mod, which is also new. So I installed a lot of, well, I didn't really install a lot of new plugins, but I changed up my terrain mod, my tree mods, which I will of course link. These are all new. The terrain mod is made by Gobias and it's also available at SimCity 4 Devotion. I can't really remember my name, but I will definitely link it in the description. And the tree mod is made by Vortex, and it's a seasonal tree mod. I think it's also the only seasonal tree mod there is. Which means that if the seasons, well, if the time runs, the trees actually change color, which is quite uncommon in SimCity. Usually only man-made or lot props actually change with seasons, and only a few props do. But these actually, all these trees, which are God mode trees, all change with every season, which is great. I mean, I was always a bit hesitant, but in the end, sure. Well, before I start to ramble, let's actually pick a spot to start here. And what I want to do is actually, I want to start in the, well, kind of the modern era, of course. So we have actually modern things. I don't really have any plugins that would help with a historical setting. So we want to start in like the modern era, I don't know, 1950 or something, 1960, and actually work from there. But let's just assume that this piece of land was actually only recently found, so it has no inhabitants at all. It's actually completely empty right now. And let's just assume that from now on we're the first settlers here, and we're, well, here to colonize this island, which is not in Greece, but it's actually in Greece. Before I start to ramble, wait, I already said that. I'm sorry. Before I start, let's pick a spot. I think this place would actually be a good place. It's kind of small. It's not too much land to start with. It's kind of flat. It's not too flat either. And we have this cool area here, which we can definitely do something with. So I'll see you when this tile loads over in the east. East. And then we have this small, well, it's not really a peninsula. Well, I guess it is a peninsula. It's just a really weirdly shaped one. Here that, well, doesn't really connect anywhere, but over here in the west we have the small island chain, which we'll probably settle later on. Let's zoom in a bit. You can see, let's turn off the grid as well. So you can see these trees are really detailed, and they actually are detailed to within the 6th zoom, so zoom 6. Really cool. I was always hesitant, like I said, but overall I really like this. It's a cool feature. We also have nice shadows and everything. The terrain is also really detailed. It also has high definition textures, like this beach. Really nice. It's really good. Really happy that I picked these. Of course, like I said, I will link them. Okay, let's see. Where will we start the colonization? Actually, let's like start here. This should be a good position. So it's kind of it's always weird to start out on a new map. You never really know what to do exactly. The first few roads and everything are always very random in a way, because there's nothing really that you can base your decisions on. You just have to go with the terrain. So of course we'll start really small. So for now I'm not planning to go full on metropolis or anything right away. It wouldn't make much sense anyway. It should actually be like this, not like that. You can have like these nice. Oh yeah. Nope. Sorry. Already making some mistakes. So we have these nice curves. We should start really small. I mean, it's just a few people that found this island. Maybe even just a few scientists or something. And we could probably use some. Where are they? The Sam streets. Yeah, here. Let's see. What can we pick? We could just go for the dirt roads. That may be a bit. Let's actually go for the gravel. I really like these gravel roads. You may have noticed it in the previous. Oh yeah, but then these curves don't work, of course. Do we have street curves? Somehow I thought these things had curves. Maybe they do here. They do not have them here. I really thought they had in the diagonal streets. Well, guess we won't use these then. Let's just use the normal ones. Okay, just for now. I mean, we don't have much demand. We have a few, some here, some agriculture, and some industrial even. So let's just get the basics done. Maybe I actually have some kind of crossroads. Maybe not down here though. So what I would like to do is actually have some kind of, not really a political system, but some kind of government to this in this Let's Play. Which is, well, we kind of had one in the other one in Reading, but not really all that special. But this one it will actually be. Well, we'll actually try. Oh, see, yeah, here the seasons change. So we went from summer, was the 1st of September, to fall, and all the trees. Look at this, man! It really feels like you're like in what is it, New England or something. That's always what when you see those fall pictures, like in the United States, that's always what they look like. Oh yeah, we have to of course supply power. Let's start really small scale. Do I really have any small scale though? I guess we do have these small wind turbines. This should be fine for now. Although I don't think they really had wind turbines in the 1950s. Okay, yeah, the cell tower. Well, that doesn't really make sense either. Do we have anything else we could use? Nope. Okay, small wind turbine. Let's just say we're, well, scientifically ahead of everyone. Okay, let's go for this. We should have power now. Yep. This is a crosser, so we should probably have some kind of commerce as well. And well, we could probably start taking away some land in favor of some agriculture. We need food here. I don't think. Well, I never really thought about this, but I don't think we're like in a very inaccessible area. It's just that, well, this area really was never visited by anyone, and so suddenly someone was interested and started like this small community here. Maybe he was, I mean, I like to imagine he was like fed up with normal society or something and decided to move here together with some friends. Can we do, okay, let's just do this. Oh, we got some maneuver shots, sure. That actually makes sense. Let's see. Get some growth. Oh, great, we have the first houses, we have a small shop. Cheap beer and wine, yeah, of course. I mean, that's what people would do, right? They've just started a new community. Oh, let's turn off these. They've just started a new community, new island. First thing they buy, a cheap beer and wine store. Of course, makes sense. That doesn't actually make much sense. We need some more basic resources here. Wouldn't make much sense to have... Oh, is that a problem? That is actually a problem. Good rejection. Will this go away? No, it won't. Guess we'll have to do this again. So what we want here is some kind of basic resource. Yeah, okay, that's basic enough. This we won't be able to solve. So we'll do this. And let's get some more things here. Yeah, you may notice I have a lot more traffic here. That's because of the new computer. You can just handle it a bit better. So I installed the NAMP plugin. Well, not really a plugin, it's just a choice that you have and you install for Radical Automata. That just gives more cars and everything. Pedestrian activity. Okay, so we have this small village. We could probably... No. Let's see. This looks good. We should probably actually have some more agriculture in case... I don't know, in case the harvest fails or something. I never know. Sure. So what I plan to do is actually grow the entire region from here. So we'll have like small villages popping up everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but a few. And not really. I wanted to feel more like really a one big region, which I think was okay in the London Reading region we had. But I wanted to go one step further and actually have the feeling that we're like one big country or something, with just a few small villages that pop up, and then eventually we have like well, we rule the entire island with like roads that connect every city with each other, even though like normally in SimCity almost no one ever uses those big intercity yeah. So now you have 2 cheap beer and wine stores. Let's try it again. What's this? Also wine? Yeah, of course. Man. Yeah, we should probably actually... Okay, so what's the problem? Oh shit, this is in Dutch. I should probably change that to English. The streets do not connect. That actually doesn't make sense. They want us to build roads, but I think it's too early for roads. Yeah, it's just totally too early for that. What we should probably look into... We have... Yeah, still demand for everything. Okay. What else? Snow. We should actually get some water for everyone. That should help on the roads as well. Something small. Yeah, sure, the riveted water tank. So if you remember, this was actually one of the big problems I had in the London Reading region, was supplying all the water. And this will probably remain a problem in this region as well. It's just because of the mod I'm using to get water to the entire tile without having to run pipes everywhere. Oh, what's this? That's great. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this a transfer company. Perfect. We actually need some kind of transfer to be able... I don't really like the foundations here, but... Yeah, see, I'm not really used to building on like slopes and everything, so things might be kind of bad. I hope it won't be too bad. If it is, you should probably tell me and give me some tips or something, because, like I said, I'm not really used to building on these kind of... Oh, season change. I will probably repeat that a few times, like when the season change. It's really cool to see. Schools, we want to keep the people happy, of course. And we also want to try to actually have each city at a surplus. Well, at least have each of the cities survive by its own. So, not too many cheating, if we can avoid it. Of course, sometimes, like when you build... I remember when I built the army base in the previous city, we actually had to cheat a little bit. Not because the army base itself was too expensive, that wasn't the case, but because just the monthly cost you had to pay for it, the monthly money you had to pay for it, was just too much to afford on a small city like that. So we had to cheat a little bit. So in those cases I will probably try to, well, not try to, I will try not to cheat, of course, but really necessary, I will. But since this is actually kind of like we're the government of this city, of this community, really, we want to try to be as responsible with everything as possible. These houses, I really like them, but they don't really fit. That doesn't really make sense. Let's just split this here. This foundation, it's not perfect, but it works. Let's do some small houses on this border, or actually no, let's don't do that. Let's actually so yeah, this is great. Well, I think it looks great anyway. I guess. Yeah, sure. Looks okay. There's some code here. Neighborhood of small 19th century buildings. Well, we're not actually in the 19th century anymore. We're already in the 20th century. We can have some more. Yeah, we don't want any more commerce at least. Sure. I don't really want to intrude too much on the natural landscape as well, but I think like having some kind of a small community here would also be kind of fun. I should actually start using these as a bit more as well, because they are slope conforming, and you know, the normal ones that you can drag like this, they aren't, so they form like really straight slopes, which is not always nice to look at. Let's see, can we connect this? Like this. Like that. Not like this. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's see if we can actually connect it. Like that. Yeah, this might be more difficult than I thought it would be. I am using a slope mod, of course, which is probably why this will be more difficult than the last one. Okay, like this. Okay, now we hope. Of course it would work. Yeah, so this is going to be a bit of a pain, of course. Let me try to figure this out. Okay, we're back, so we got that kind of working at least. Let's see if we can actually get some housing in here. Sure. Get some nice curves in. Let's get some big houses here. This is prime property, of course. Yeah, sure. And this. Yep. And this. Okay. Let's see if that grows. It probably should grow actually. Our major approval is of course increasing, which is always nice to see. That way we can actually win the next elections as well. Yeah, that looks great. This, sure. So we got water. We really need some more farms actually. We won't be able to survive on, what is this, soybean? Oh, corn. Okay, we won't be able to survive with corn like that. We should probably actually... Yeah, sure. That'll do. So I have... that looks... It's kind of annoying. Well, it's not really annoying, but it's kind of weird how the shadows stay during winter. But at least it doesn't really take all that long. Let's see. Okay, let's get some farms here. They're too small. No, it's not too small. Yeah. Get some more here. Okay. Let's see if this becomes a farm. It may not. Oh, it did. Ah, we'll get the same farms, of course. We can just de-zone that and then everything fixes itself. We can actually... Yeah, it might be better if we have this here. Okay. We should actually... don't really have the amount for conversions right now, do we? We should probably fill this in. Some extra residential buildings. Just to make everything feel a little more filled up. This is a bit of a weird little section. I don't know what to do with it. We'll probably fit a park here. A small flower garden. So yeah, of course we still have a lot of scrolling in the menus. No. Although this would be kind of cool to be able to... Will we ever find a park? Ah, sure. Let's just have this one. Yeah, this should probably get some... okay, so what do we have? They want me to build the major villa. Thanks. There's a lot of water. Yeah, I imagine there is. Everyone is pretty happy. Are we still making money? We are not making any money. Well, we are producing probably way too much energy. And way too much. Yeah, we're using 30%. We can probably tune this down. 30? Let's see. Oh, no, that's way too low. 50? Yep, it's fine. Okay. So, well, that didn't really help. Was it already at 50? Yeah, probably not. Can we just do this? Yeah, we can't really do that now. We're only using 12%. Can we tune it down here? Public supplies, water, yeah. Let's do that. Well, we won't be able to make a profit here, but... Well, we could... Yeah, no, it's not a Godfather project. Increase demand, we don't want to do that. No, none of these. Business contracts, we don't have any. Nope. Public transit, no. Okay, so no, we could raise taxes, but still way too early in the... We need to actually attract people to live here, so raising taxes too high would not be very good for that. Okay, that's how it is. That should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, people are moving in. Oh, okay, so now we have demand for commercial, so we should actually, because this is an intersection, it will automatically attract more comments. Maybe convert some of these into commercial tiles, which not seem to be. So we don't have, we only have middle class residential demand right now. I can live with it. Oh, we also have some industrial demand. We should probably, actually we could convert it to industrial. What's this? No. Yeah, sure. Now this I don't really want to see. This does not fit. I mean, we need... That's even worse, is it? No, it's the same. No. We don't want any of these big buildings. It doesn't really make sense in a city of this size to have like these big... Of course this isn't really realistic, I know. I mean... Is this the only thing that can grow here? It does seem that way. Yep, okay. Well, we'll have to live with it. Oh no, it did. Oh, this time it didn't. Oh, that's great. But now it's building there. Okay, we'll just keep these welding shops and actually keep this industrial furnace in the middle. And this can become commercial because who would want to live to that? This is okay. I mean, you could possibly... No, I'm not going to do this. This would take way too long to scroll back there. Is this fully grown? No, it's not, but people are moving in, sure. Okay. This is probably it for the first episode. Well, it's not really the first episode. This was for the first episode on the new region, at least. I hope everyone kind of enjoys. I hope people like the choices I made with the new region, the new trees, the new terrain mods. The water is actually new as well, which is okay. So yeah, hope to see you guys again soon. Not in 6 months, I promise. Soon. Bye.